And that was Winnie, Always See You There. One of my favorite songs on the Let It Die soundtrack. And welcome to Radio Graffiti on Newgrounds Radio. Tonight, we have a very special guest. We have legendary VTUBER, CHOCOVANIA, Twitch streamer, artist online on Twitter. You can check her out at CHOCOVANIA on twitch.tv and on Twitter. Also, she's on Newgrounds too. Same name, same handle, CHOCOVANIA. And welcome to the show, Choco. Hello.
Huh? Hi. Hi there. Is this thing on? Are my loyal subjects listening?
Yeah. Nope, your voice is coming out super clear for me.
Good. Now that I have all your attention. I don't know, I was gonna do a bit, but whatever. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, no, I'm good. No, do your bit. If you want to do a bit, go ahead. Give everyone the Choco.
I don't feel like it.
Okay, fine. Don't do the Choco spiel. But yeah.
Wow, I've never been on a radio show before. I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, it's all live. I mean, you're used to live streaming, so it's pretty much the same thing. Just no audience.
Oh God, there's actual people listening right now?
Yeah. As of right now,
Wow.
we have 31 people listening. Also, welcome all people on Newgrounds that are tuning in from the front page.
Hey there, Newgrounders. Sorry my Newgrounds page is so empty. I'm really lazy, but my Twitter is so full.
Yeah, no, eventually you'll get used to uploading on Newgrounds on the regular once you do it a bit more.
Yeah, I will. I like how Newgrounds totally lets you upload stuff that's just high quality, print quality, honestly.
Yeah, no, you can, and they have a new viewing mode right now on the Newgrounds site, where also on the app too, not the app, the web browser,
Yeah.
mobile browser, where you can tap on an image and zoom in all the way into the details in random spots of the picture if you want to zero in on details.
That's sick.
It's
Nice.
awesome.
Everybody
but
should be like Newgrounds.
yeah, no, everyone should have a Newgrounds account. Everyone that's on Twitter right now that's listening in, highly recommend making Newgrounds accounts, looking at art in high quality. Also, you can discover a lot of cool artists that way.
Like me.
Yeah, just like Choco. I'm 100% certain that Newgrounds would absolutely love your stuff. Your style is hyper unique.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I don't really know where it came from. It's just kind of a mixture of everything that I like. A huge soup of all the weird inspirations I have.
Oh, speaking of actually, you can get into that if you can. What are your major influences when it comes to just drawing and art?
So I've been drawing for I want to say seriously maybe 4 years now.
Oh damn!
And
okay.
everybody was like, "Whoa!" I expected it to be a lot longer, but before that, I was just a designer for corporate shit. And then one day, I was just like, "I'm done. I don't want anybody to be my boss except for me anymore because I'm too much of a brat. I can't handle it."
I feel that. No, yeah. Because
so, well, go ahead.
No, because I have a similar background where I've done architecture in the past, and
Yeah, you told me that. Smart.
Well, it's not about being smart.
Yes, it is.
No, there are a lot of architects just from personal experience that are not that smart.
Well, that's terrifying. I don't want them building my house.
I mean, that's why you have
It's
engineers.
just gonna fall down.
That's why you have engineers. They're the ones that do all the
True.
fucking heavy lifting. Most
True.
architects out of school don't really care that much, but whatever. Yeah, I came from that sort of background, and then I started drawing. When I was 21, that's when I
Here we
started
are.
making a switch, to animation and everything.
Damn. See, that's. I mean, I wish I would have started way okay. When I was a kid, I drew a lot, and then suddenly I just stopped for years for a long time.
Yep. Similar sort
And
of
then
story.
all of a sudden, I watched, or I started reading JoJo, actually. Believe it or not.
Oh
that's
shit,
what got me-
JoJo's got you into... Okay.
Yeah, believe it or not, JoJo is what got me into, drawing again. And I was like, okay, this is kind of fucking awesome. And I kind of want to draw like that, because Araki is a genius. And, I wanted to make cool shit like that because I feel like Araki kind of blended fashion and art for me. Like, he definitely draws his stuff as if it was a manga about, like, somebody's fashion sketchbook.
Yeah.
That's the way that it looks to me.
I mean, he uses a lot of fashion magazines as for reference.
Exactly. And everybody's costuming is just super, like Vogue, like...
Yeah.
Avant-garde, fashion stuff.
I think
and
I've seen him have... Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, continue. You can go ahead. Fashion?
Oh, I was just going to say, like, fashion's, like, a big passion for me. So, blending the two kind of made me really into it. And I was like, oh, maybe I can start, like, making my own little characters that wear cute clothes and stuff like that. Maybe I can make characters that go on clothes. And then...
The Choco merch.
It kind of led me... Yep, it kind of led me to designing Choco, who was, like, a super different character at the beginning. She was a lot more like, I don't know, she was a lot more like a lazy, like happy kind of character, and then I just was like, no, this isn't me. She needs to be like a bitch like I am.
Okay. You gotta play up the imp attitude.
Yeah, exactly. Cause, I feel like people can relate to that more. So I was like, can I see this on Hot Topic yet? No, let's make it more bitchy.
Oh, I can 100% see your stuff on a Hot Topic. Like, your design sense is just, it has that, I want to say almost Y2K punk aesthetic. Or like, not punk, but that alt aesthetic from the Y2K era.
That's a big inspo for me, and I'm sure it is for you too. I mean, just look at Radio Graffiti.
Oh yeah, no, it's Jet Set Radio, I think, has changed my life for the better.
It infected your DNA.
Yeah, I think that's just in the whole way that I draw. I like the rough style in the official art for Jet Set Radio, and that's why I kind of like hone in on that and try to put that in my own like work.
Right.
I can definitely get cleaner. I do like your vector art a lot.
Oh, thank you. I could stand to get less clean, honestly. I need to be a little dirty, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think everyone has that capability to just loosen up a bit with their art. Not everything has to be absolutely perfect.
Right.
But what I've seen from your streams, though, you're like an absolute perfectionist when you draw.
It's stupid. I know that I should be less of a perfectionist and I should like let it be a little bit more free-flowing and stuff like that. But God, something about whenever it looks like vector art when it's not vector art kind of just hits different.
Yeah. No, you definitely have discipline, like a lot of discipline with your art.
Thank you. Don't let that mislead you though. I'm not disciplined at all.
I mean, you could easily fool me from your like drawing streams, but
I don't take orders. Anybody.
Yeah, no, that's good. I actually like a lot of your own original stuff. Your other characters too. You have Vanille, Jelly also.
Huh? Did your research?
I mean, I've been following you since like 2 years ago.
I know.
So I've seen your characters a bunch.
I want to draw my other characters more, but ever since I became a VTuber, I feel like Choco's just been the focus, everybody's favorite.
I think everybody likes all your characters too. It's just Choco takes, I think, the most energy to like keep up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, now that she's kind of like my stand-in, it's funny. She started out as just a mascot, but now she's kind of become my avatar because of like streaming and everything. So at least it worked out. At least it like fit. I would hate it if my mascot wasn't anything like me, and then like I'd have to like fit myself to that. That would be.
Yeah, you don't wanna play up a character too much because like I feel some streamers tend to do that a lot where they feel like they want to invent a character that's appealing to an audience, but it's just so far away. I think Snuffy was like that, actually.
I feel like every VTuber that does that eventually says, nah, fuck this is insane, I'm doing a voice for 8 hours a day, and you like go back to just being myself, and then it always turns out better for them.
Yeah, no, just I feel like everyone should just be okay with who they are and, be more naturalistic because, the best version of you is you at the end of the day.
Aww.
And I will, yes, to you as well. But
Thank you.
I think everyone should just do what they feel comfortable doing, have fun with themselves, and eventually people, I think in general, an audience appreciates genuine people that are just themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody, if you're gonna be like an entertainer or whatever, you play it up a little bit. Like, nobody is literally just like how they act by themselves with friends or whatever.
Right.
Like on Twitch or YouTube or whatever. It's like there's always a little bit of a difference there, and I feel like that's healthy. I feel like you do need to have a little bit of that separation, because like if you let everybody into your life like that, I feel like that's when things can get a little messy and stuff like that. People can
yeah
it's nice to have that barrier, I think, and it's kind of important for people to understand that barrier, and I feel like a lot of people don't get that, but
avoid the parasocial aspect of things. Like you need the privacy is the thing,
right? Exactly.
And I do value privacy a lot. I think people need to have their own personal lives outside of their entertainment role.
Right, exactly. That's why everybody gets Choco the character, the imp, and not Choco the sad artist.
Oh no!
The struggling, starving artist.
Yeah, oh dude, it's just making your own work be the only thing you do is such a difficult thing.
Right? Gosh. Props to everybody that's out there trying even.
Yeah. I mean, just yesterday I was talking with friends that were struggling, just trying to get their own work out there and their own identity off the ground. And a lot of social media can steer people towards like, oh no, my stuff is not getting any traction. Or, oh, my original stuff is not doing any good. I have to do like only fan art or like,
Yeah, like I have to do whatever pleases the algorithm, whatever gets people to share it. And I don't like doing this, but I'm going to do it so I get popular. But then I'm stuck doing this for the rest of forever, blah, 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 blah. I'm unhappy. I hate it. It's an easy trap to fall into. And social media is basically just like compare yourself to others, the experience. And it's really hard to not fall into that trap where like you're just like, oh, my thing isn't getting as many likes as this person's thing. What am I doing wrong? What's wrong with me? Why do I suck at this? I can't do it anymore. I need to stop.
Oh, I haven't thought about that in a long time myself. I just... Good. But,
because after a certain point, it's kind of like, you just can't keep doing that to yourself. It's kind of something that I feel like everybody falls into at first, but hopefully everybody kind of like realizes it's not about that, and it's about just making stuff that you like. And if you like it, other people come along that do like it and support you, hopefully.
Yeah. It's also a bunch of luck, especially nowadays. I feel like I got all my luck out of the algorithm like 2 years. 2019 is when I got like the big jump in like attention.
Really?
Yeah. And it's if I had to start all over nowadays, I don't know if I'll be like, as lucky as I got back then.
Right. No, true. I'm like, what's crazy about being like a Twitter creator first and then jumping on Twitch?
Yeah. That was me actually
I feel like,
a while back, but yeah, continue.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'll tell you the story after.
With that.
I'll tell you the story after.
I'm kind of finding that I'm trying to do it again. I'm starting, like, Twitch is almost like starting from scratch again and trying to hit that like luck again, and it's kind of super hard in that aspect.
Yeah, Twitch is definitely. I feel like you can get consistent growth on Twitch, is the thing.
Yeah, it's like it is consistent, But it's really like a perspective shift to go from like, you know, banger posts all the time on Twitter because of this big number following, blah, blah, blah. And then you go on Twitch and then it's like, oh shit, I'm here again. I forgot what this was like. This is like a fresh experience again.
Starting from the bottom again, yeah.
Right? And I mean, of course, there's like some, you know, some like bleed over or whatever, but it's definitely starting up again. And it's kind of both like refreshing and exciting because there's like another challenge and also like scary. And like you have to like remember how to get back in that headspace of growing on a platform.
For me, the way how I went about Twitch is when I started, I was streaming 2020 to 2021 while I was living in California myself. And for me, I treated it as I draw throughout the day because that's my job. And I was like, okay, let me just turn on streaming while I'm drawing and talking with people, just so I'm doing something else that's not just staring at my screen and drawing for like 9-10 hours straight. So I would
exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes people just want to hear the music that you're into, even though on Twitch you're kind of limited. You can't go like pure Spotify or like musician playlists.
There's a way.
There's a way. Wait a minute.
Yeah, why do you think I play Spotify all the time on my stream?
Wait, okay. You're gonna have to teach me this method. Like,
I'll teach it to you.
No, like right now, actually.
Right now? Okay. So
for Spotify, how does that work?
Basically, there's a way in OBS that you can make one of your tracks not pop up on your VOD. And you just like route your Spotify to that track in the audio. And then it won't be on your VOD, so no copyright claims. Boom.
So
good.
Does your voice still go through in the VOD?
Yeah, everything that you want goes onto the VOD, but everything you don't want doesn't go on the VOD.
That is kind of sick, actually. I didn't even know. Okay. I'll keep
crazy?
that in mind. Yeah, because there's so much music that I want to like actually share with people, but I'm stuck. I was stuck to video game soundtracks for the longest time.
Yeah, and I was like, that can't be me. I don't even really listen to video game soundtracks, so I'm like, I can't do this. I have to put on like rock music. I have to put on trap music.
Hey.
I have to put on something like that I actually can vibe to. So I figured it out, and I've helped like 10 of my friends figure it out since then. They're like, Choco, how do you do the music? And I'm like, okay. All right, come on. I'll teach you.
Yeah, it's... Oh, that's so good to know, because I just like sharing music with people and stuff that I'm into. And
yeah,
I mean, there are video game soundtracks that I do think are underrated, and I try and share those with people. But
no, totally.
It's just very, very, very tough to like skirt around the copyright claims, especially when you're trying to like break out of affiliate.
Oh God, yeah, breaking out of affiliate.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling myself.
No, I mean, like, that was me too. I mean, I haven't streamed in over a year now, and I left on.
Why not?
Like, I don't have the exact privacy and like space for it at the moment, but soon. I think.
Get it.
I think next year is. I mean, depending on how my Kickstarter goes. If my Kickstarter goes like super well, I can start moving out and investing in office space, just so I can stream. Just all right. Let me just do a quick plug. So, outside of doing the radio show and outside of being a Newgrounds artist, I am a webcomic artist, and I run the webcomic Boxcar City Rush for anyone listening in right now. And I'm running a Kickstarter campaign to fund the first edition print of my first volume of my webcomics, chapters 1 and 2. Right now, the campaign's looking very good. I cleared my first goal. My next stretch goal is to do a Spanish and Japanese translation of the comic and website. And further stretch goals are updating my webcomic weekly, and further along after that is getting an animated pilot set up for my webcomic. If you guys want to support me, go on my Twitter at Gens 4 underscores and look at my pin tweet. I have links to my Kickstarter stuff. If you want to support an artist, please, I need it, just so I could work on this stuff more legitimately.
Or else.
Yeah, or else.
Or else I'll come to your house and beat you up, because I'm scary.
You don't want to deal with Choco's knives. Is there Choco art with knives?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I've gotten like a lot of fan arts of people drawing Choco with a knife. I think I've drawn Choco with a knife at one point.
I think I've seen it. That's why I mentioned it.
Oh wait, I think I drew Choco with a knife in that one comic I did a while ago that went like super viral right at the beginning of quarantine. I was just making fun of how fucked up like the world was at that time.
Oh yes, I remember that one. Yeah.
And like my whole joke with that was that we've become like so desensitized to it at that point, because all we were just getting bombarded with like the craziest shit in the news every single day on top of like COVID and everything. And I was like, I bet you everybody's feeling like this right now. Like, so I just drew a comic about like, oh boy, I'm excited for fall weather. Yay. And then
oh wait, and then it's hell on earth outside. Yeah, I remember this one. And then you're like,
and then instead of being shocked about that, I was shocked about like forgetting my mask, which I felt like was super relatable at the time.
That was a really fun one. I like that. I miss your comics, actually. They're really good comics.
Aw, thank you. The last comic I did was like the one from my pre-debut, and then that took me out of that shit.
Too. Yeah.
Thank you. I went really hard, but I feel like after that I was like, you know what? Fuck comics. I don't know how you do it. That shit's like, that takes it out of me. That really does. Like the whole process of just like paneling and putting the bubbles in the right spot and like trying to make everything read like you have to like follow a line of action or whatever. I don't know. Like I was trying to learn actual comic shit for that.
Props to you, because I haven't done none of that with my own stuff. I just draw.
You just wing it?
Yeah, no, I've been winging it since like the very beginning. But I mean, like I do read a lot of comics, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's like the difference. I don't read a lot of comics because I don't know how to read. So
shit, we got illiterate Choco.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no.
I'm joking. I know how to read.
Yeah. I think the joke that we made on your stream, the last stream you did with Kitty McPancakes. Shout out to X Kitty McPancakes X on Twitch and Twitter.
It's just one X.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just X Kitty McPancakes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. Shout out to X Kitty McPancakes.
Get it right.
Check him out on Twitch and on Twitter. I the reason why I said the X at the end, because I was thinking about like the old AOL days when everyone was like putting XX, their name or whatever, XX at the end of it.
He's got a little bit of that aesthetic.
Right? I get that vibe from him. That's why I was like,
yeah.
All right. But definitely check it out. Choco did a stream with Kitty on Friday where they were streaming Mario Kart. They were being say-so on stream. And for anyone that's listening, say-so means squeaky clean, which is pretty much the Japanese way of just being like, you know, proper...
Family friendly.
Family friendly. That's exactly it. And
for anybody that knows us, we're both the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Usually, so.
Choco and Kitty are not family friendly in the slightest. But that made for a very fun stream.
Yeah. I thought it was really fun. My ass and my legs don't feel like it was very fun right now.
Context. I need to add context. Because like that out of context, saying that and like, you know, a stream with Kitty McPancakes is just like... But...
What do you mean? What could you possibly mean by that?
Yeah, I mean... That you two are fucking... Anyway. But...
No, that's on our Fansly.
Yeah. Follow Choco on... Nah. But, no, what the stream was Choco and Kitty had to be say-so on stream. They had to be family-friendly, and if they broke the family-friendly clause, they would have to do 10 squats for whoever breaks a clause. Who won that actually? Because I didn't catch the end of it. Who was most say so?
Did.
Okay, cool. How many squats did you have to do at
Kitty,
the end?
I feel like Kitty just started taking it as a personal challenge to do squats instead of, trying to be say so.
Oh
So he
my
just started
God.
cussing just to do more squats so he could hit like a more round number.
Okay. You know what? Okay, how many squats did Kitty wind up doing? I think I checked out the VOD earlier today just to check. I think he did like 360, he said.
I thought it was a rounded 300, but I can't really remember. He remembers probably. He's probably sitting there going, fucking Choco, it definitely was 360. Tell that to my thighs. But, by the way, he's listening right now. Hi, Kitty.
Oh, hello, Kitty.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I basically was gonna do like a totally different challenge before that. I was gonna order these like spicy beans, the like jelly beans, and I was gonna eat those every time I fucked up. But I didn't get those in time, so like I scrambled. I was like, what do? I guess I just do squats, and that turned out to be funnier anyway, so.
Yeah, squats are funny. How do you feel afterwards? How many squats did you wind up doing?
Like, close to 200.
Holy shit.
Oh, he's literally DMing me right now. It was 300.
Oh, it was 300? Okay, we got live confirmation.
My thighs still feel it, is what he says. Yeah, Kitty, my thighs still feel it too. Oh, from the Twitch stream, not the Fansly. Got it. Okay, my bad.
The thighs hurt from the Twitch stream. The extra squats on Fansly.
yeah, that's what we're talking about. Anyway, next subject.
Yeah, you said there was something I wanted to ask. Oh yeah. I know you're interested in more than just the art element of things. You have your Twitch that you're doing too. You've also in private, I know you've shared ideas with me if you want to get into them with other people right now. These aren't promises, by the way. These are just like thoughts in the air for anyone listening.
Ideas? You mean like, I guess I can kind of get into like why I started Choco and stuff like that. Like started Chocovania and kind of like that'll lead into it.
All right. Go.
So I started Chocovania because originally I wanted to just do apparel design for myself. And I figured like the best way to do apparel design other than just going with what a lot of people do and just drawing like well-known characters and stuff like that and selling those, trying to deal with all that copyright bullshit. I was like, I'll make my own character that becomes well-known hopefully one day and then sell merchandise of that character and try to make it like something that people who don't know the character at all would look at and go, oh, that's really cute. Like I would want to wear that. So that's when I started designing my little imp character. I was really inspired by characters like Midna and like Anka from Animal Crossing and like, just all my favorite little goblin characters and put them together in one. And I love like demons and like that aesthetic and stuff like that, and like the monsters and stuff. I'm a really big Castlevania fan.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, what if I made monster girls out of a bunch of Castlevania monsters and stuff like that?
Oh,
and
dude. That's
that was like
sick.
the original inspo.
That's kind of sick.
I still want to do that. Thank you. I still want to do that. I want to make like a Medusa head character and stuff like that. But I thought that'd be really cool to try to make my own brand and very Sanrio inspired, very like Pop Team Epic inspired. Just like I want to do like what if Sanrio was crude and like evil as fuck? Well, that's what Chocovania is, and I've been designing stuff. I've been working on merch. We did just sell a bunch of plushies, which actually are on sale right now. I think they're like half off.
Oh, yes. Check out the plushes by Chocovania. Where can we?
Yeah.
Give them the website where they can find them.
Okay, so wait, let me like look at the website. That's gonna be creatorinc.com /Chocovania.
Yep.
Or no, I'm sorry. That's creatorinc.com/collection/Chocovania.
All right, you heard it here, folks. If you want your very own Choco to yell at you in your house, go-to
Yeah, and
creator.
I definitely won't like grab a knife or anything. Like that's that was a rumor that never actually happened.
Imagine if you had like a little Velcro strap to like the plush's hands that you could put like a plush knife inside.
Oh, that'd be so cute. And the next one, I will totally do it. They were even talking to me about doing like a voice box inside of it, where I can like tell people to go fuck themselves.
I'm going fucking crazy right now, dude. That's sick.
What?
That's actually awesome.
What?
No, no,
The voice box.
yeah, because I'm listening to this right now, like what you're saying, and I'm like, holy shit,
Yeah.
that would be fucking fire.
Right? It'd be like, let go of me. Put me down.
That's
Like
way
you
too
squeeze
good.
it again, it's like, fuck you. just like a plush doll that hates you. It'd be so awesome.
Would it be randomized, or would it be you play certain lines in succession?
I don't know how that shit works.
If you had to
I'm
pitch
just
it.
draw pictures.
I got you.
But but they were talking to me about like stuff like that. I know that it's maybe possible to do more with them in the future too. Do like hoodies. I have designed hoodies and shirts and stuff like that. I'm really excited to get it out there, but we just gotta get through this plush stuff first.
I'm super hyped. Yep. If anyone wants to see voice box Choco, like the actual fucking doll, like not doll, the plush, actually saying things to you, support it by buying the current plush right now.
Yes, exactly. I feel like that's what people like. That's people aren't getting the gravity of that. I need support for this so I can get anything else done. And a lot of people have supported already, and it's so nice. And I'm super like thankful for everybody. And I'm thankful for you for giving the shout out right now.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I mean, like, I didn't even know this is what you had planned in the future too, and like I really want to see that happen now.
Well, I have a lot of stuff planned. I have a video game that I'm working on with Stratomeyer, maybe.
Oh shit! Shout out to Stratomeyer on Twitter.com and on Newgrounds too. Stratomeyer is a Newgrounds native. Does Dead Estate.
Yeah.
Check it out on Steam right now. It is
He's
a
one
phenomenal.
of the best homies.
Yeah, no, I love Strad. I actually gotta put him on the show at some point in the future too.
Oh, he definitely. I'm gonna speak for him right now. He's down. I'll book him right now.
Hell yeah! I mean, depends. I can do it next week too, depending on like what I have scheduled, because I have like I'm not gonna even spoil what I have planned for the next guest.
Okay, yeah, he's available.
All right.
Do you want me to book him right now? I will.
I'll talk to him like right after the show finishes.
No,
So, yeah.
no need. I'll do it. Don't worry.
Okay.
You don't need it.
Thank you, my manager. Manager Choco. Now that's something I want to see. Like Secretary Choco.
I'm like basically just testing if he's listening. I'm waiting for the message of what the fuck are you saying right now?
No, that's really funny. But yeah,
There it
no.
is.
Apparently, Choco has like ideas for a game.
I
Oh
have
yeah,
game ideas.
he just yeah. What do you have in mind for the type of game that you would want to do with Choco in the future?
Like a Choco game?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No. I was asking. Is that what you meant? Or
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So if I was gonna ever do a Choco game, I would do something that's like either I don't know if you've ever seen like the Hamtaro games for Game Boy.
Yes,
But-
yes, I love them.
Me too. I want
the
to do
GBA
something that's
games
like
too,
that. Yeah, where it's like an RPG, but you're not battling anything. You're kind of just like walking around and talking to people and learning. I would want to learn like spells instead of language, but that would be such a cute idea to kind of like bring that back, but make it adult and make it like adult humor oriented and stuff like that. That or just something like a classic side scrolling shooter, like or
Like,
top down even, like Pop and Twin B kind of vibe.
Oh, hell
where
yeah.
You're shooting stuff.
I can see a Choco shmup also.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Where she's just like shooting out magic
right.
everywhere.
I
It'd be
actually
fun.
I actually worked on a shmup in the past with my brother.
Really?
Yeah. We
Aw.
he had a game design class, or not a class, a club, and he just wanted to make a game for it. We won Switches from that, actually, by the way, because like
Really?
our
Oh my
game was like the
God.
best in like the club, and we made a shmup that was just, it was pretty much Little Witch Academia inspired aesthetics. Just two witch girls. They were out on a picnic. One of them gets kidnapped by like a hand in a portal, and the other one has to save her. And like the way how the shmup handled is, it's less like you're shooting things. It's more like you're placing traps for enemies to fall into. And
Oh, that's cute.
we had time stop mechanics too. Chrono Witch Catherine, I think was the name of the game. Yeah.
Chrono Witch Catherine.
Yeah, we haven't released it anywhere at all. We might rework it actually in the future.
Oh, that's a cute name.
And yeah, no.
But you never released it anywhere?
Yeah, we didn't release it anywhere. We just made it for his club. We won Switches. That's how I even have my own Switch right now, because like, you know.
You guys made a whole game and didn't release it? Come on.
No, because it can be better. And we also had copyrighted characters on there too. Like we had a secret mode where you could play as Cosmos from Xenoblade.
Oh, that's
No, not Xenoblade. From Xenosaga.
Xenogears. Or Xenosaga, my bad.
Xenosaga, yeah. I mean, those are all games. We mentioned
Yeah.
all games, and she was in Xenoblade 2, so
Which is
technically
crazy.
I'm not wrong. But yeah. What I want to see, I kind of want to see a mod, like a modded version of Doom for Choco. Is there?
Oh my god. So there's not. I really want one so bad. And you know what's funny? Everybody's like, how would you do a mod of Doom? And I'm like, I just want a mod where it's just Doom. But the only difference is Choco is a little sprite that's flying around on your screen insulting you.
That's hilarious. I was gonna think like, no, that's too much work on your end if you just redraw all the sprites in your style. But I'm like, nah, that's.
Oh, that's crazy. I could totally do something like that. So it's funny that you bring up like Doom, because I did have like a whole game doc written up for like a game that I'll never have enough time to make. But I wanted to do a whole like retro styled first person shooter game that basically on the surface it's just like I don't know, Super Nintendo graphics, except it's got like the 3D aspect to it. Right. It's all magical girls and everything is super cutesy and stuff like that. Like you're shooting out magic beams out of a wand and stuff like that instead of guns.
All right.
But the catch was that it was actually like a creepypasta simulator. So
Oh, I think I've seen little bits and
Did I
pieces
send
of
that
this.
to you?
Yeah. I think
Like,
we
the
also
whole idea
posted
was
it
just
a bit on
basically-
Twitter too.
I never posted anything about it on Twitter.
Oh, never mind.
It's been
Okay.
a secret.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a secret until right now, actually.
We got hidden Choco tech right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the creepypasta simulator.
Right, so just play it as if you were playing like a haunted game, basically, and like something like the whole first playthrough, which would be like a shorter game, like the whole first playthrough would just be totally normal. But then like the new game plus, that's when shit starts getting really glitchy and weird, and then like it just unveils like this whole story.
Oh,
Like that would be really cool.
Have you ever played LSD Dream Simulator?
Yeah, that it would be a big inspo from that, and like I have like literally a whole doc written up of every level, every like.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
I
have, like,
remember. I
main
remember
board
that document.
set up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I specifically remember commenting on the New Game Plus element of that game, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually kind of sick. I kind of really want to see this. I hope." I mean, to anybody listening, if you're a programmer and you want to help on this project, like
I really want to make it. I just want other people to make it for me, you know?
no, I feel you. I mean, you have the game design doc, and you have to talk with a bunch of people about like the art and everything that goes on with it.
Exactly. So I'll do like all the art direction. Like, come on, give me a chance, John Game Dev.
I mean, Newgrounds has a bunch of game devs on it. If there are game devs listening right now, hey,
hit a bitch up.
Yeah, check it out. DM Choco and see what can happen afterwards.
Maybe you'll have enough time for it one day.
I mean, I have my own I have a bunch of games that I want to do, but like the one that I've been like documenting on my own is that RPG that I've been posting every now and then.
Oh yeah, what's that all about?
So I haven't come up with a name. I don't have a tentative name for it, but essentially the inspirations are Pokemon slash SMT, Shin Megami Tensei. With you're in a world devoid of color. You come from a village that's like one of the only few bastions of like, you know, color in it and life. You're a child that gets branded. You get like a red brand, a red mark that robs you of all color. And everyone who gets branded in like towns and villages in this world gets cast out into the world. That's like post-apocalyptic, devoid of color, all white, grayscale. And they come in contact with beasts because like there are like, you know, red beasts in the world. Again, tentative name. And they hunt down like, you know, beings with color. And also fight amongst each other too. So you go through the game, you discover more about the world, why color left the world. You learn a lot because you're on your own, and you have to make pacts with these demons slash beasts. And once you make pacts with them, you bring them over to you and you fight alongside with them. At most, you will have 2 other, you know, beasts in your party. And you can further your pact along with them. Like, let's say one of the monsters does a finishing blow on you. You can either take the game over and start all over, or you can sacrifice one of the beasts in your party to, like, you know, it gets put inside of you. So like there's a counter, like you get corrupted more and more the more beasts you take in.
Yeah.
And
that's smart.
And you're protected. You get a permanent HP buff whenever you take a beast inside you. You only get that in a death state. Yeah.
I want that kind of game.
I want everything to have at most 10 HP.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like easy to organize, like kind of like Mario RPG. Actually, that's another inspiration.
I love Mario RPG. I love Mario.
Yeah. Oh, we can talk about that soon. And that's pretty much that, like, one RPG that I have planned. And I have a bunch of just art and designs for it. I also make the music for that one too. I've been composing.
That sounds really badass.
And
I love how you have like the multifaceted like Renaissance man thing going on too.
It's okay. So the reason why I'm like that at all is because I don't have money.
Yep.
So I gotta do things on my own.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
So that's
like eventually I just realized I was like, I gotta stop relying on other people and do everything myself. And so I just do, and I respect that.
Yeah. Again, that's why I want this Kickstarter to succeed. Boxcar City on Kickstarter. Anybody listening?
Yeah.
Boxcar City Rush. Because I want to work with people. And I can actually bring up what I want to do for an animated pilot for Boxcar City. Actually,
yeah.
The dream, what I want Boxcar City Rush to be as an animated series, is an anthology series where every episode is directed by a different director, and it follows different characters. Like, directors can make up their own storylines, characters, whatever they want. It could take place whenever, but it has to take place in the setting of Boxcar City, and whatever rules I establish for it. But they have complete free reign with whatever they want to do with the story. Because what I want to do is I want to have people just tell different stories in the setting and kind of add on to it themselves.
Yeah, make it like a more of a living world kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly. Not just me, not just my own brainchild. Because that's what my comic is for. My comic is just me and my characters and what I want to do with them. But for an animated series, I just wanted to explode into people making their own characters and using my setting as a backdrop for them to just explore different topics or ideas.
Yes, that'd be so badass. It'd be cool to see your world kind of grow beyond what you imagined for it.
Yep. I do have 2 animators in mind on Newgrounds for an animated series like that. Yeah. And I also have Stratemeyer in mind too, if he wants to do something. I'll pitch it later. You know Enukai? on
Yes.
Twitter. Yeah, he is one of the artists that I really want to get on board for that.
That'd be so cool. His art's amazing.
Yeah, I feel like his style is just the hit, like the middleman hit for like everything that I want to do.
I get that. I can see that. He's totally got the vibe. Gents.
Yeah.
Can I go to potty real quick?
Oh, you don't have to ask for permission. You can just go. All right.
Okay, thank you. Well, let me out of the basement though. These chains are kind of tight.
All right, here. Let me unlock the key. Chink, chink. All right. Go leave.
Be right back.
Yep. Adios. All right. So, I mean, while I'm here on my own just talking, pretty much for the Kickstarter, I'm just going to be talking about my Kickstarter for a little bit. The Boxcar City Rush Kickstarter right now is at 99 backers with 43 days to go. And so far we have raised $7,674, which is pretty damn good. Like, thank you guys so much. Holy shit. I can actually get books printed, and that's super exciting for me. Currently right now, for like, we hit the first goal of the campaign, 5K, which is the first edition print. The very next goal right now is the 10K goal, and I really want to hit this one too, where I do a Spanish and Japanese translation of the comic. I have a lot of people that from Latin America reading my comic, and I really want to give them, an official Spanish translation, and that's what I want to do with it. I also want to do a Japanese translation too, because like I'm super inspired by manga, and I'd love it for Boxcar City to hit a wider demographic and audience. And I feel like, Japan would like appreciate a lot of what I do on there. I have a bunch of anime not a bunch of anime references. I have a Fooly Cooly reference in Boxcar City that I hit up. Further stretch goals, 50K. I get to update my comic 5 days a week. In October, to celebrate the 4-year anniversary of my comic, what I did was just upload my comic every single day throughout the month of October, and that wasn't super difficult. I could do that no problem. The only issue is I cannot do anything else to make money. It was a lot of work, and yeah, webcomics are a lot of work, especially if you're trying to update daily. It's pretty much, you got to treat it like a full-time job at that point, and that's what the 50K stretch goal is, to get myself to treat the comic like my full-time job. And if I can hit that, I can actually print out more books in the future. And that's the big goal. Yeah, welcome back.
More books, more money.
I was just shilling my comic while you were gone.
That's okay. I like your comic.
Thank you.
I want all the books.
I'll send you one over.
I'll take all of them.
Damn, not all of them. I need them. I need to sell them.
But then they could all be in my house. That'd be cooler, right?
If you have the storage space for it, if you want to handle the shipping.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, speaking of that, I sold stickers. The reason I haven't done much merch myself, without a company involved, is I've sold stickers one time, and I made that the most miserable experience for myself ever. Because I thought it'd be really cute if I drew, hand wrote and drew a little note with all the stickers, and I just killed my hand writing notes for over 100 people with little drawings, and that was dumb.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have done that.
For me, it's just I'm gonna be signing a bunch of these books because a lot of people are going for the signature pledge on the Kickstarter.
Can you sign mine?
Yeah, I'll sign yours, don't worry. I have my graffiti pens that I use for the signatures because they'll just write on any surface. So
yes, that's badass. Go sign up for the Kickstarter, you fucking idiots.
Yeah,
I'm talking to you, guy that just got here.
You wonderful people, thank you so much. Again, just sharing my campaign around would mean the world to me. Again, if you can't afford, or if you can't spend the money, don't feel obligated or don't feel pressure to. Just like, share my stuff around. The more ears and eyes are on it, the better. But yeah.
Feel pressure too. There's a little imp girl telling you right now, go do it.
You guys wouldn't deny Choco.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I gotta put the chains back on. Okay.
No.
But yeah.
At least loosen them a little bit.
Here we go. I'll just like put some WD-40.
Ew. No. Ugh. Okay, I'm just gonna huff it and get really high then. You can't stop me.
No, the gremlin's going fucking wild. But yeah. We were talking about your game beforehand, and then you were talking about your stickers right now. And merch, handling merch. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Merch is definitely... That's the one thing that I look forward to the least, just handling merch. I will do it because, people are spending money, and I want to give people the best possible product that they can get. But
right, fulfillment is miserable.
Yeah, but I have to rent out a garage for all the books that I'm going to be printing. That everyone's, getting. So, a lot of what I'm getting out of the Kickstarter is going specifically to material costs and managing shipping, storage, and all that. So
exactly.
The more money this Kickstarter makes, the more goes to me. But that pretty much goes for any artist out there, because spoilers, whenever you want to buy merch off an artist, they have to, especially if they're independent, they're going to be managing it all themselves. Oh shit, we just hit 100 backers on Kickstarter.
Yo!
Holy fuck.
Party time.
101. What? Okay, sick. Thank you guys so much. I super appreciate it.
My influence is really powerful.
I gotta bow down to Choco. But yeah, no.
Now who's wearing the chains?
Fuck! No, it just materialized on my wrists right now. But yes, independent artists are managing a lot outside of just making art, especially if they're doing merch. They're stickers, you have to store stickers, you have to store pins, organize them too, you have to devote space to all of that. And then you have to shipping containers, because you have to go to the post office, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, and it's all these unexpected costs that people don't think about, and then you're just
yeah,
well, that's why I have to charge this much money, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. I mean, that's with me with my Kickstarter right now. I do not want to be charging people $35 for a comic book. But that's just the nature of self-printing. Right. And what I what I want to do is just I want to go to a publisher after this campaign is finished and be like, hey, check it out. So-and-so amount of people were willing to go on this campaign. And if you guys want to help me get this book out there, and for a cheaper cost, because publishers can print at a way better rate than self-publishing and self-printing. And that's what I want to do with my own work. I just... yeah.
No, I was going to say, because they have the hookups with the factories and stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah. And ideally, I do not want my own comics to cost more than $15. I know I'm definitely donating a bunch of my own comics once I print them to libraries.
Oh, that's so cool. I never even thought about doing something like that.
Yeah, no, because, I mean, libraries, they don't really have that much in terms of, depending on where you go. But, they don't really have a lot of, selection for comics, especially independent stuff.
Imagine the kid one day that randomly stumbles on this funny little comic called Boxcar City Rush at their local library. They open it, their little mind is blown, and they instantly become inspired, become a comic artist themselves.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. That's what I want to do. I just want kids to flip through and be like, hey, this is awesome. I want to do something like this. And
that's awesome.
I actually got some
That's
people
the
like,
dream.
I actually got some people just saying, hey, you inspired me to like make my own webcomic. And to me, that feels really good. And like their own website too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, please do make your own websites. Also, I'm going to be telling you to make your own website at some point.
Huh?
No,
My own website.
just so you have like your own art on display and everything, because I think it's important to have a place that is your own that people can go to. Just in
Okay,
case
but first I have to kill whoever owns CHOCOVANIA.com.
someone owns CHOCOVANIA.com.
Yeah, it's some stupid bakery.
Wait a minute. Wait, I need to look this up right now. I'm gonna be like typing CHOCOVANIA.com. I want to see like, are their baked goods any good? Let me see.
Guess I don't really care. I
They're-
want the username, damn it. And same with whoever's squatting on CHOCOVANIA on Twitch. Well, fuck yourself.
Oh,
This is my official call out post.
really? Oh yes, you have to settle for CHOCOVANIA art on
I
Twitch.
hate
Yep.
that so much.
No, I feel that. That's I hate having 4 underscores under my name. Or next to my name.
Oh my god, you do.
On Newgrounds too, I gotta just message Tom Fulp. I just gotta ask him, yo, can I get Gens? Please, that guy's not using his account. I'm begging you.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
He can have the underscores.
Yeah, I've earned my name.
Exactly.
But and that's like my actual name, it's not like a username or anything like that. But what else did I want to say about merchandise? We were talking about merchandise, we were talking about Choco Bakery, getting your own website. Yes, okay. I highly recommend people getting their own websites if you can afford it. It is a cost. You do have to pay domain fees yearly and hosting fees, unless you have your own server space. But I don't have my own server space, so I have to rent server space. That's another goal in the future, where I own my own server space and I can run stuff on my own. But that's whenever I can afford it. For right now, it's just I do what I gotta do. But
yeah,
make your own website, host your own things, because you never know when shit will hit the fan on any one of these platforms.
Yeah, who knows?
The one that's
Honestly,
been the most...
I need to go back and back my art up anyway. I mean...
Exactly. I mean, it's good, like, for artists also good to have a portfolio site that's just separated from everything else if you want to, like, apply to art jobs. I highly recommend doing that. But for webcomics, yes, you can get a lot of views on webtoons and tapas if you're very lucky, or if you hit the particular demographic that webtoons wants to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's better for yourself to try and, like, I want to go back to old Web 2.0 internet days where there was websites for everything. And especially for webcomics.
I wish. But I feel like, I don't know, it's like half and half. I feel like everybody's just okay with having Twitter or whatever, like their main social media platform is or whatever, but like there's something magical about everybody having their own free webs page or whatever back in the day.
Yeah, NeoCities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when I learned HTML for the first time. I was just like, I want to make my own, like, yeah.
I don't know HTML anymore, but I used to because you kind of had to back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, you can learn HTML super easy. I know you can. I mean, if you've done it in the past, you're going to remember a bunch of stuff. They also streamlined a lot of things. If you need any help, I can, like, give you resources. But, yeah.
I'm lazy.
Well, okay, there's that too. You got to clear that up. But, whenever you can. But yes, get a website, try and put all your own original stuff on that website, and it's easy to curate your own things too. You can get I don't recommend Squarespace. Squarespace is just way too buggy, very laggy, gets very slow websites. It's good if you need to, like, make a portfolio real quick and super easy to organize. But just keep in mind you're very limited with what you can do on Squarespace. You have to use their templates that they have.
You heard that. Everybody listening, fuck Squarespace. All my homies hate Squarespace. Delete your Squarespace now.
There are better options.
I'm anti-sponsored by Squarespace.
I'm gonna get fucking sued. For Square, yeah. No.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, yes. Delete Squarespace in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the caveat there. That's what I'll tell everyone is just, oh yeah, you can actually get into the story. Why you got like suspended from Twitter.
Huh? You want me to talk about that? That was fucking miserable, dude. Fuck Twitter.
Yeah, but like you can mention it here. You don't gotta mention it on Twitter.
Okay. Well, one of my friends messaged like, because I drew a really cute picture of one of my OC's Vanille.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically commented, they were like, I would die for Vanille. And me being in character, talking to my friend who knows it's a funny remark, I wrote, then do it. And that's what I got suspended from Twitter for.
I saw that and I was like, uh-oh, wait a minute. This is gonna go south real fast. I know it's a joke and I know it's in character, but I'm like, oh, fuck the way how Twitter handles, like, self-harm, like, allegations.
So dumb. Come on. I wasn't telling anybody to actually die.
Yeah.
This time.
This is why I say, like, this, I make the joke all the time. In Minecraft, at the end of it.
Minecraft.
Yeah, if you're gonna wish death upon someone, just wish death upon them in Minecraft and you're absolved of all charges.
Yeah, exactly.
You could tell the
I'm gonna go rob
judge.
a bank next week, by the way.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
See, judge,
yeah,
my defendant over here. All the chicanery.
Better Call Saul.
I still didn't see that. I just know the memes. But yeah, no. Go to the judge and be like, you see, Your Honor, my defendant clearly wrote in Minecraft at the end of that sentence. Whoever robbed that bank, that was just pure coincidence.
It was pure coincidence. See, my client, they wrote in Minecraft. Now, I know you're probably a little too old to know what Minecraft is, but it's your grandkid's favorite game, guaranteed. That was my Saul impression. Was very good.
Yeah, excellent Saul impression.
Thank you.
I haven't seen the show, so I wouldn't know. But speaking of like Breaking Bad, also I just like my whole experience with Breaking Bad is the memes. Ever since the show came out, it was just meme fest.
No, honestly, I'm glad that I watched it before the memes were popular because so many good ass scenes would have been ruined. So many really, really powerful, like, good scenes are memes now, which is like the memes make otherwise super intense moments funny, and I would not want them to be funny.
I feel like the show. Okay, I know there's this one episode where there's a fly in the meth lab in Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, that's like that. Okay, well that episode is like infamous for being basically a meme episode.
But I feel like the whole show is like that. I think I remember my friends were telling me about an interview that one of the producers had that like she felt the show was a dark comedy. And I'm like, okay, I could see that.
Huh. I guess I could kind of see that. I feel like more than anything, it was just a crime drama. It was very like intense. There was points of the show where I was genuinely just like stressed out after watching it. So.
Oh, that's sick. I like that.
I guess comedy in like a you know, like a life sense, like you just gotta laugh at it kind of thing. But I wasn't laughing.
Okay, I got you. I feel like the memes will destroy some of those scenes for me, but
100%.
I think I'll still appreciate the show for what it is, because I personally don't mind spoilers that much to media. I mind it to my own stories. I don't want to. Well, okay, people can spoil my stories as much as they want, but I don't want to spoil things for people reading or anything like that. Like, because I'm writing the stuff. I want people to be surprised by it whenever they come up to it.
I'm the exact opposite. I fucking hate spoilers. I literally have like screamed at friends for spoiling stuff before.
Oh yeah, no, just to keep courtesy, I won't spoil anything to anybody. But I personally do not care. If the media is good, I will still appreciate it. And I will still enjoy it, even if I know what's going to be happening.
I just like I'll still enjoy it, but man, I hate being spoiled so much. And like, speaking of Chainsaw Man, people keep fucking spoiling Chainsaw Man shit, and I'm like, well,
yeah, I'm not okay. I'm kind of guilty with that too for part 2 of Chainsaw Man, because I put a lot of pages out of context. I try not to spoil any big moments in Chainsaw Man, like no huge things, but anything that I find funny, I will put it up and be like, haha, check this out. There's a femcel.
or not even just that, but like Better Call Saul. I got spoiled on so many Better Call Saul things. It makes me so sad.
This is why I like
stupid fucking people on Twitter.
This is why I like JoJo's, because JoJo's is almost impossible to spoil for anybody. Because
I'm spoiled on that too.
On what part are you spoiled on?
I didn't read part 6, and I haven't finished it yet, but I've basically been spoiled, like, on a lot of it. So I'm just like, thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
I mean, out of context, JoJo's doesn't really make sense. Because
right, but
you need a lot of that context in the series to understand what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a lot of context personally, but I know like early on I had a lot of stuff like the world and all that spoiled, and I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at until I was there, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That was me and part 7 of JoJo's, because I've seen a lot of out of context panels, and part 7 is the funniest JoJo's has ever been and ever will be. Fucking Gyro / Hero Zappelli is...
Oh, I fucking love Gyro!
He's so fucking funny, dude.
He's the best character in all of JoJo. Like, hands down.
Him and Johnny's relationship in part 7 is just fucking phenomenal. It's really good.
Wait, did you read all of part 7?
Yeah, I'm all caught up on JoJo's.
It's my favorite JoJo. It's so good.
Oh, dude, that's... Part 7 is, like, I remember I dated someone in the past, and we were just bonding over, like, JoJo's Part 7, and we were singing the Pizza Mozzarella song.
Singing it?
Yeah, Pizza Mozzarella, Pizza Mozzarella.
Oh, yeah, the fan version?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's like one of the parts where I need to fucking know exactly what it's going to sound like in the manga or in the anime, like, right now, or I'm going to freak out.
We're going to have to wait a while. They have to animate all those fucking horses.
The horses. Do you think they're going to go 3D with the horses? I feel like there's a good chance they'll do that.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of 3D in Part 7 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure animated.
Honestly, Part 7 had some battles that I did not even understand what was going on when I was reading it. So I'm kind of curious to see how they make it make sense, like, in motion.
In all honesty...
like, a lot of D4C shit didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. In all honesty, I love Araki. I love Araki's art.
Yeah.
But sometimes his paneling is insane. He presents things like a madman. The meme for Part 5 for the longest time is just like, what the fuck does King Crimson even do? Because... How do you parse... And the anime helped a lot with that. In all honesty.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, the PS2 game was the one that really like signified like how King Crimson worked, but that's besides the point. When Araki draws it, sometimes it doesn't make sense. Just because like he thinks a lot about like the composition of the page, less so about the paneling. And a lot of his ideas are extremely high concept. Oh my god, okay. Spoilers? Not really, but like my favorite part about Part 7, because this is the most difficult to understand part, I still don't know how they're gonna even manage it. Who shot Johnny?
Who shot Johnny? Yeah.
So anyone listening that doesn't know about JoJo's, To anyone that doesn't know about JoJo's, this will make no sense. But Who Shot Johnny was insane. It was complete insanity. It went on for like how many chapters? Fucking 7, 8 chapters, and I still, I didn't buy any of it. I still didn't know how that made sense to anybody.
Yeah, still, it was like they just like it put in a bunch of like multiverse shit that didn't make any sense, and it was just like, what the fuck.
and like I get it, kinda, but I had to reread it a bunch of times to like parse it, and it still doesn't. I can't really explain it to anybody. Like it's literally impossible to spoil because I don't get it that well.
Right, exactly. I feel like with D4C, he just wanted it to be very abstract and like hard to understand. So
I mean, you get some really cool things, especially towards the final fight. I'm like, again, gonna try and avoid spoilers as much as I can, but like that, the art around that was really good.
Oh, the art, I feel like part 7 is when Araki started just becoming like god, like artist.
Oh, I mean,
part 7, part 8,
because he does them monthly. He was doing them monthly. Part 6 was weekly. He was,
yeah, exactly.
And part 6 was also a bit tough to parse towards the end of it, like what was happening, and the pacing was like super quick throughout it. But part 7, I think, is Araki's strongest storytelling, in my opinion.
No, same. And he took like the formula for part 3 and just like perfected it.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
It was really good.
Like, it was like the whole like traveling across the world dealing with a different bad guy every episode, kind of.
Yeah,
but just
and
way better.
It felt episodic. Like
yeah,
how
it did.
Part 3 felt, and also part 4 was also episodic too. A lot of self-contained stories throughout the journey. But I do agree, it's a lot like part 3, where it's just, here's this part of the journey, and like here's who they meet, and
yeah. I like how they made it like about a weird horse race across the country.
I feel like that's a thing that would have existed in America at the time, though.
Yeah, exactly. But then they included like spoilers, big spoilers, I guess. Don't listen right now if you don't want to get anything spoiled. But they included like Jesus.
Oh yes.
and his body, as like his pieces of his body as like the MacGuffins or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to anybody like listening in right now, even if they don't know anything about JoJo's. Like,
right.
Oh, Jesus appears in part 7. Okay, Araki, how's this gonna work?
He was the first Joestar. He was the first JoJo, technically.
Yes. Oh, fucking. What was Jesus' name? Because it was not Jesus originally. Jesus
yeah, it was like, wasn't it like? They made it JoJo. They literally made it JoJo.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
But it was
and
very
like he was
funny.
just a stand user, like one of the first like, because instead of Hamon in that universe, they had Spin.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to basically be the same thing as Hamon, but like.
Oh, okay. Jesus' name in Hebrew is Yeshua, which translates to Joshua in English.
Oh yeah. That's
So,
what
yeah.
it was. So he was literally a JoJo, and that's funny as shit.
Araki, of course, he'd make that connection, and I'm like, oh my god. But yeah.
That's why that series is so great.
Yeah,
Oh my
JoJo's is
God.
phenomenal.
I bought the JoJoValer art book, and it was just over after that. I went and bought an iPad and became Chocovania.
Oh yeah. So yeah, thank Araki and JoJo's for Chocovania existing.
Exactly. People are always shocked. They're like, what? It wasn't like Panty and Stocking or something? And I was like, you know what's funny? Everybody and their mom tells me, were you inspired by Panty and Stocking? And I'm like, I haven't watched it. I've watched like a few of the episodes recently now, and I'm like, oh, I totally see it.
Yeah.
But I haven't finished it, and like people are shocked.
Actually, okay, funny you mentioned that. People mentioned that with Soul Eater for me way back in the past when I used to draw. And I haven't seen, like, I read Soul Eater for the first time when I was 20. And
What? Yo.
And people have been saying, oh, your stuff reminds me of Soul Eater back when I was like 16, 15. And I said, that's cool. I've never seen Soul Eater in my life. Oh, I actually made a mini comic way back in the past when I was in middle school. This is a funny story. I called it, I was really into Kingdom Hearts at the time. I called it Twilight Assassin because, like, of course, right? Like, edgy middle schooler, like, you know. I'm so pissed that, like...
Badass.
No, okay, so here's the thing. The story was about, like, this guy named Vincent, and, like, you know, he's just, like, in school, living his, like, school life because, like, you know, I was self-inserting, like, myself as the kid. And, you know, living a fantasy life, right? And I took the armors from, like, Kingdom Hearts 2, like, at the end of the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 2, where you see Ven, Terra, Aqua, and their, like, special, like, space traveling...
Yes, the
like,
Keyblade armors.
The Keyblade armors, yeah. And, I was like, oh, that's cool. What if I made, like, you know, an organization of people, like, that wear this armor and, like, you know, they fight monsters and everything like that? And then as I wrote it, I was like, oh, cool. I'm really proud of this story. And then... years later, where I got super embarrassed by it, I threw it out the window, and then I started reading Bleach for the first time when I was like 15, and then I was like, wait a minute, I wrote Bleach because, like, you know, I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Bleach, like, you know, there's, like, you know, this chick with big boobs that the character is interested in for some reason, that they were, like, you know, childhood friends with, and, like, I have this, like, you know, mentor figure that, like, has to give away his armor, and in Bleach it's Rukia, but, like, in my story it's like this dude that gives away the armor. He's like, I can't fight anymore, you have to do it for me, kid. And I'm like, holy shit, this is just Bleach. A middle schooler wrote Bleach. Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
That's it. I do love Bleach.
Kick yourself for throwing it away, though.
Oh, dude, I would have loved to have posted it to be like, hey, check out this thing that, like, I made when I was, like, you know, in middle school. I even had, like, the manga, like, you know, like, in when you buy volumes of manga, you have, like, the author's notes in between some chapters.
Yeah.
And I had that so too, about, like, stuff that I was making. I remember in one of them I was, like, talking about watching Wizard of Oz as I was drawing one of the pages.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it made no sense. I didn't even know why, like, I even, like, brought that up in the thing. And that's it. I do that with my comic currently right now, my webcomic. It's just, like, whenever I finish a page, I write, like, I have an author's notes section on the website. So I just, like, say, like, hey, this is what I'm going through. It's kind of like a diary. That's what I like about it.
That is really cool. So you can see, like, where your head at was, like, when you were writing that certain page or whatever.
Yep. And it's fun to go back to. And, like, sometimes, like, I see, like, oh, I didn't like this page. And then, like, I read the author's notes and I'm like, that's what was happening at the time. Okay. I don't tell people a lot about what's happening with my own personal life. I just, like, give, like, my own self, like hints of, like, hey, this is what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
Nobody will know because, like, I don't go into personal life like that on the comic, but...
That's how I am, too. I get it. It's like I was talking about earlier, having that little filter or whatever.
Yeah. Kind of important.
It is. It's really important for being online because I feel like some people let people in too much and then, you know... people think they're entitled at that point, and then then you can't separate it later, and it gets messy, and you just got to be proactive with it.
Yep, you got to remind yourself, like, there are things outside of just your online identity, and you got to appreciate the things in your actual life.
Well, that was, like, a big reason why I didn't ever, I still to this day haven't shown my face online, because I felt like keeping my anonymity or whatever would be, I don't know, beneficial. And then I became a VTuber, and I was like, oh, perfect. It just works out because, you know, VTubers usually, like, don't show their face. At least, I mean, I'm one of the people that's totally cool with it. There's definitely people out there that are little bitches and, like, can't handle when VTubers show their face.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, the people, fully grown adults that are like, you're ruining my immersion. It's like, dude, come on. But but personally, like, I don't know. I just think it's, like, kind of fun to keep my anonymity going. It kind of adds to the mystique or whatever. It's like a personal choice, though.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. Yeah. You can totally separate things. I mean, I have no issue, like, sharing my face because, like, again, I have my full ass name on my website.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So like that's just where I stand, but like I do respect people's like, right to privacy.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, hold on, wait.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
You don't actually have to wait. You don't have to wait, but
yeah, no. I do respect people's right to privacy, just keeping their own identity to themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I've been pretty good at it for all these years, and that face reveal, if it ever happens, I better be getting like some kind of compensation for it.
This is the fucking you gotta pay the big bucks for this one.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, for my subathon.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that. Yeah, continue.
We made every single goal except for the very last one, which was a face reveal, and I'm sweating. I was actually sweating because we got so close, like crazy close.
I remember I was about to like gift subs towards the end of the subathon just to extend the timer a bit more. But I was
pissed.
I was also fucking dead tired because I was watching throughout the whole subathon too.
You watched the whole thing?
Okay, I slept through certain bits and pieces of it, but whenever I woke up in the middle of the night, I was just like check back in to see like how it's going. And I'm like, fuck, dude, you guys are still on?
I was dead and miserable. I cried at one point because I was really drunk, and then it was really sweet. Kitty put
the card,
yeah, card, yeah.
Yeah, Kitty made that card. That was awesome. I really like that. Yeah, Kitty asked me to sign that too, like as you were streaming.
I like literally cried.
Oh, that's sweet. I was asleep during that part though.
Good.
No, but like it's sweet that like you got all that support from everybody on your birthday and everything.
Yeah, it was really nice of everybody to do that. Thank you for signing it, by the way.
Yeah, no, I wish I drew something like actually.
Come on. You've drawn Choco plenty, and it's amazing. I love what you did with the little thing that people can't see right now. The little PNG reactive.
Whenever
it's
this
so
goes
cute.
Whenever this goes live on YouTube, people are gonna see like what I drew. And I'm excited for that one.
Me too.
Otherwise, I think we can start moving to what have you been like watching and reading lately, just on your own for fun.
What have I been watching lately? Because I regretfully have to say I haven't really been doing much reading at all because most of my free time is either streaming or drawing. But I do have like time where I play video games and times where I like watch stuff, and that's kind of where I choose to put my free time. Obviously Chainsaw Man. I'm all caught up with the anime, and it's fucking awesome. I'm obsessed with it.
I really like what the anime is doing with a lot of different scenes.
But it seems like what they're doing is they're taking like scenes that are just like one panel and stretching it out for like a whole, like they're really going into detail with all the little movements and stuff like that. And I think that's really cool because I saw like a comparison and I'm like, this looks badass as shit in the manga, but they took this and they really brought it to life and really fleshed it out in the anime. Yeah. And I see that for a lot of scenes.
They're doing so much work for the anime, and I'm genuinely impressed by it. I'm not caught up with the anime myself, so there are still things that I need to like catch up on there. But I've been reading the manga, and I love Fujimoto's like one of my favorite like mangakas actually. Yeah. Like I think he is of the generation like the best artist like currently right now in manga at the moment.
I could totally see that. He's really, really good.
Really good paneling, really good backgrounds. Character designs are fun too. He was kind of wonky in the beginning of part 1 of Chainsaw Man, but he's gotten way, way better as he was drawing more. I mean, that's just the nature of like working on comics. You're just going to get better.
You refine it.
Yeah. And right now as a storyteller, I think he is hitting his like peak. He took a break between part 1 and part 2 of Chainsaw Man to make one-shot stories, and I really like them too. One was like,
I like that.
Sayonara Eri, or Goodbye Eri, which is what I recommend people to read if you haven't read that.
What is that?
So pretty much Fujimoto storyboarded an entire film and made it a manga. Yeah, because every panel is shot in like widescreen 2.53 to 1 aspect ratio, so it's extremely wide.
What?
And yeah,
How does that look on paper?
it looks really good. It's like you're reading storyboards. It's super refined, layouts for a movie.
Yeah.
It's like you're reading a movie, pretty much. And
He's obsessed with movies, so it makes sense.
that's what I love about him, because he and I relate on a lot of things, especially when it comes to just we love movies. I love all the references that I can spot in the manga itself for Chainsaw Man. And
Yeah.
for the opening for Chainsaw Man.
I was gonna say, I love how they referenced that about him, like in the opening for Chainsaw Man. It's so drippy. The anime is so drippy.
Yeah,
It's got that unspoken riz.
the non-stop riz. Speaking of, there's also Pop Team Epic, where
Pop Team Epic is my favorite. I just watched like the rest of the new season that's out, and oh my god, it's so creative.
I feel okay. So my thing with Pop Team Epic, I feel like that's a show made specifically for me,
Yeah.
because they reference so many ridiculously like minute things, even with voice actors.
Crazy niche.
Yeah. Like recently, they just did an episode with Kiryu and Majima's voice actor from the Yakuza series.
Yes. I love how they always get different VAs, and they're always like famous,
Yeah,
like well-known VAs.
they also got like one episode like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal / Yu-Gi-Oh! Zeal protagonists. And like they made a whole joke for that too, and I'm like, holy shit, who watched Zexal like in the States? I'm pretty sure it was big in Japan.
Right, exactly.
Point. Or season 1.
I love how they just kind of don't give a shit. Like they just go with whatever. How do you say the author's name? Bcub.
Bcub, that's what I say.
Bcub. He just goes with whatever he wants, and they just go with it. I love it.
Yeah. In season 1, there was one episode where I saw, because they usually do references. I was like, oh hey, they have a Guilty Gear segment here where they reference like, Guilty Gear and the like between episode like sequences. And then there was one episode, like one like skit that they did that was referencing a Japanese speedrun for Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby. Do you remember that Flash game?
No, wait.
Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby is an infamous Flash game because, like, the more you progress through it and you go through fighting, like, not fighting, but, like, you're Christopher Robin pitching against different residents from the 100 Acre Woods. And the more you play the game, the more difficult their patterns get when they're tossing the baseball at you and you're trying to, like, do your best to hit that thing and, like, make enough points so you can move on to the next level. And you can upgrade your character too. You can upgrade Christopher Robin. But that game is notoriously difficult. And there was a Japanese speedrun that I saw way in the past when this game was relevant. And, like, Pop Team Epic referenced the speedrun with the same exact, like, noises and
with
dings.
The movements and
yeah. And I'm like,
God.
And the, like, text-to-speech lady that was in the background of the speedrun, just to, like, give the guy audio cues about what's happening with the game.
And they had that. And
they had that there too.
Reference.
And I was like, what the fuck? Who's gonna get this? That's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, and that's when I said, like, is this show for me? Because, like, I'm just, like, in tune with, like, stupid Nico Doga and otaku culture.
Yeah, exactly. That's so fucking good. Like, I like how they in the most recent season they referenced that one Final Fantasy 14 meme that was going around.
Yes, the twinning, the twinning.mp4.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
I can't believe they did that. That was so
the thing is,
mind-blowing.
At first I just saw the clip on Twitter and I thought this was like a really good fake.
Yeah.
And then, like,
it's really real.
No, and then I saw the episode and I was like, holy shit, wait a minute. They actually referenced, like, Final Fantasy 14, the twinning on there. Like, for anyone that doesn't know, the twinning is a dungeon in Shadowbringers, the previous expansion currently.
Yeah.
Of Final Fantasy 14, and the dungeon had, like, the dungeon is a bop. I love that song. I love the track in the dungeon when you go through it with your friends. And then it was so big that, like, people have memed it. So they took, like, the dancing guy. I forget his, like, name. There's this, like,
The white dude that's doing like the really white guy dance.
Yeah, the super corny, like I forget the name. Stardust was the name of the dance. I forget what it was called. That's for someone else to like put it. But if you search the twinning.mp4 on YouTube, you will get that video. And they like, stacked them over the video to represent the roles of the characters that you play going in the dungeon. Tank, healer, 2 DPS. And it was just so funny. And then the developers caught wind of that meme. And when they did the Final Fantasy Fan Fest, they started, like, they all got up on stage and they did their own version of that dance.
Yes.
For like, this was during,
so good.
This was during COVID, so like, this was an online one, so everyone saw it.
Yeah.
And it's been legendary ever since. And then Pop Team Epic decided to be like, yeah, we'll do it. And they got away with it too.
They recreated it.
Yeah, they got away with it because B-Cub has good relationships with Square Enix, actually.
Oh yeah, they have like direct like Square Enix sponsored skits in the new season, and I love it.
There was a gacha game called Valkyrie Anatomia from Square Enix. Valkyrie Profile was a series, just for context for people, and it's been neglected for the longest time. There was a new Valkyrie Profile that came out very recently by a different studio. Tri-Ace was the original studio that made it. Anyways, Valkyrie Anatomia, B-Cub, for April Fools, designed portraits for every single one of the characters in Valkyrie Anatomia. So every April Fools, you would see B-Cub's art on there. And that was super, super fun.
Yeah, exactly. I love his art style. It's so good. He always draws everybody with like the scrunkly body and those same eyes.
The eyes are hilarious. My favorite gag currently is like the sexual harassment old man.
Oh my god, yeah, with like where they turned it into like a kids show. But then there's like the old man that comes by, and every time he like does this little thing, it cuts to them like putting him through a log cutter.
Yeah. or the most recent one when they did the PUBG. Like,
yeah, he was on the fucking the plane with them. God, I love that show. I was like shocked by the end of that one where the hacker like PP.me broke in and just shot him in the head in real life.
That was such a good skit. Oh,
right. Gosh, and then there was the one where the delinquents like the delinquent retro anime, but it was Popco and PP.me.
Yep.
I was like, I want that as a whole anime. Actually, I really loved how that looked.
I love
visually.
Yeah.
Like visually, how like it was all retro except for them. They had like the big thick outlines and stuff like that. I was like, that's a mood. I kind of want to try to recreate that, to be honest.
I mean, go ahead. You have.
Thank you.
You have the ability to do it. So, and I think it will look really cool too, which is why I say, yeah, like definitely go for it. But
I will.
I also love the opening to season 2 of Pop Team Epic. I love the first one, but the second one is just a Kamen Rider opening.
Hits.
It's just a fucking Kamen Rider opening, and I'm just having the time of my life. And at the very end, you see them in the background and it zooms into their face, and it's so fucking funny.
It's so good. Like the first time I watched it, I was just like, man, they're on some next level shit. I love this anime. Did you watch? Oh my god, the Hell Shake Yano like full episode where they did that?
Yes.
That was so good. My mind was fucking blown. Like they did the whole intro with the notebook, like it was all one shot. Oh my god.
It was insanity. How do you plan something like that?
And then perform it. I wonder how many times they had to redo the whole fucking thing just because they messed up near the end or something.
I feel like they did it all in one shot.
It was all one shot.
No, but I mean like on the first try. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because imagine redrawing any of that.
Well, I mean, they were just like flipping through stuff, you know,
like
the stuff they already drew, but it was just crazy. Like, and then they did the end credits that way too. Whenever I realized it was the whole episode, I was like, "This is art. This is like fucking art."
This reminds me. Have you ever seen Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
Yeah, I mean, like I used to watch it when it was on. I haven't really like watched it or anything like that, but
there was one episode where a space ghost just follows an ant throughout the whole episode, and that's the episode.
That's awesome. I love creative shit like that.
And it just it's so tough to find anything like that. Like nowadays, yeah. because like no one's willing to like experiment on that level anymore. But I love Pop Team Epic because they're willing to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, when I was watching it, I was like, there's no way this has ever been done. There's no way that an episode of an anime aired where the whole thing was done in one shot on a notebook.
Yeah. I absolutely and it's tough too. It's tough to like organize something like that and do it. And they did it. Or like in season 1 where they went to the French studio and like,
oh yeah, the French. So do you know anything about that? Because I feel like I was always confused as to what that was. Like I liked it, but I didn't really know what it was.
So B Cup gave the character designs to this French studio and told them to like do whatever. And like they don't have any history of what Pop Team Epic is. They don't have any idea who B Cup was. Like they didn't give them any history to like what the series is. And so they just decided to like, and they were like, just make skits with these characters, write your own skits. So like that studio wrote their own skits for the characters, and they just decided to make it French oriented. They're like, these characters are in France, and like that's why it was always like weird.
Yeah, I love that. That's so fucking funny. Like just the concept of that is hilarious. It's like, here's these two characters. We're not going to give you any context. Go wild.
It's super
more stuff
funny.
should do that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Anyways, okay. Before I get too ahead of myself with everything, we're gonna move to like viewer questions right now or listener questions.
Okay.
So, and this is just all the questions that people are on Twitter posting. It's very tough to organize it for Newgrounds, but I'll figure out how to do that in the future. Right now, the first question is by Pastel Fire at Frail Bubble on Twitter. How are you today, Choco? The day of the interview. Well, she asked like 3 questions in a row. So let's start with the first one. So how are you today? How was your day?
I'm like pretty good. I woke up really late because I stayed up all night watching Arcane actually.
Oh, cool.
For the first time.
Nice.
And it's really good. I didn't think I'd dislike it, but I didn't think I'd like it as much as I like it. It's really good.
Yeah, Arcane is very good.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I had a sandwich. It was really tasty.
Nice. What type of sandwich, if you don't mind me asking?
It was prosciutto. And,
oh shit!
It was like spicy. Yeah,
fancy.
It was really good. And I have the other half waiting for me for dinner. And I just like watched a little bit of Pop Team Epic again because I was just so mind blown by it. Just like in preparation for this, I wanted to watch something, so I watched that, and that was fun.
Yeah.
So it was a nice day overall.
And same questioner, do you truly enjoy being a VTuber and an artist?
Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't, risk everything to do it. Being a VTuber has been a really, really fun experience. I love the community. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the art community, and it's been cool to like chill in it for a few years. But I feel like the VTuber community has been the first one to really like embrace me on a personal level. And because artists on Twitter, it's impossible to get people to talk to each other because we're all like socially awkward and don't want to talk to each other.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to like reach out to people.
And that's fine. That's totally normal. But like the VTuber community, we're also like, everybody in that community is also a little bit like, like shy to talk to each other. But being on screen and like having that interactive environment kind of like promotes like you talking to each other, kind of pushes you together a little bit more. And I like that aspect of it a lot.
There's a lot of engagement with streaming. That's what I like about streaming myself personally.
Yeah, exactly. Like I never felt like I was really engaging with the people who were consuming my content before I became a streamer, and now I really like it. Do I want to figure out a way that I can like maybe balance it out more? Because I feel like this year has been so focused on streaming for me that I kind of fell back on art a little bit, and it makes me sad. But I definitely want to push it in a direction that I can kind of get more art done and more other things than streaming done in the future. This first year has been just like a really interesting experiment, I guess.
Yeah, figuring it out.
Right, and overall, like I feel like I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you have really cool things. I remember in your subathon when you had the little party cultists jumping in on screen.
Thank you. I put that together like the day before on After Effects, just because I was like, I want to have like a fun redeem that's just exclusive to my birthday.
Yeah.
And I had my friend like overdub the
Choco
Germa rats. Yeah. Oh my god, I listened to that so many fucking times that I actually like every time I hear that song now, it's kind of like PTSD. I might have heard it almost like 200 times in that one stream.
Oh no. It was such a good track. I almost wanted to start this
for like 16 hours and fucking like
yeah,
having heard it for the 200th time, pretending to be excited about it, like.
Yeah, no, I feel that. You do a lot of like really nice. I like the way how you animate the slap effect and the pet stuff. That's really cool interaction with like the channel points and everything. You do a lot of like really good stuff with the presentation for your stream, and it shows.
Thank you so much. That's really nice of you. I really wanted to have like a totally custom like visual aesthetic to it. Like I don't want to reuse anything. Nothing against reusing assets and stuff like that. Like I know a lot of people use like the classic like real hand petting GIF, but for my petting, I was like I wanted it to be more custom and kind of feel more like a video game. And actually, I was inspired by the. Have you ever played like the Sonic Advance games?
Yes, I love SA2
Tiny Chow Garden.
Yes. Okay, wait.
Like with the hand, that inspired me for like the petting.
Are you thinking about Sonic Advance 3? Was that no? That was the one where you as Sonic go and pick them up.
I think they. Garden. Oh yeah. No, Sonic Advance 2 had Sonic Advance Tiny 2. Chow with the glove. That was like what inspired that whole visual.
Oh, that's really cool to know. I didn't even know that yet.
Yeah, I was a really big fan of that when I was a kid, so I thought about that and I was like, oh, that's really good. I want like a virtual pet vibe for my stream.
Yeah, you even have the Tamagotchi that you have like on your like setup, like your little table.
Yeah, I'm a huge Tamagotchi fan. I've always been like since I was a kid, and still like love playing with Tamagotchis. I even have like the new modern ones with like the screens that are all backlit and full color and stuff like that.
Oh, those ones really are kind of sick. Yeah, I've seen them.
They're super cool.
Okay.
And they specifically have like a Sanrio one where it's all Sanrio characters and you can like breed them with other Tamagotchis and stuff. It's so cool.
That is actually kind of cool. I didn't know they had that integration with the older ones.
Yeah. It's a little fucked up when you think about breeding Hello Kitty with a Tamagotchi, but like we don't talk about that.
Don't think about it too hard. Same questioner, Frail Bulb at Twitter says, and what do you like to do in your free time aside from drawing and streaming?
Well, let's see. Besides drawing and streaming, is there like life outside of that? I guess right. I like masturbate a lot. No, I like to play video games. I like Nintendo games a lot. Mario is like my favorite franchise, and I really like Zelda. And other than that, I'll play like just all the popular multiplayer games with my friends, like Fortnite and all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, Fortnite is so. As soon as they took out build mode, I've been having way more fun actually playing.
Right. Oh my god! Like it feels like a new renaissance because everybody fucking hates build mode. So they heard it and they're like, fine, we'll take it out, even though we think it makes it unique. And it's like, it's stupid. It's dumb.
What I like about playing Fortnite with people, especially with my friends, is just every time I go into a match with my friends, it feels like an Ed and Eddie episode. Like you're playing an Ed and Eddie episode in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like in the game. Because like the battle bus is ridiculous. That thing's like goofy.
Yeah, the idea of it, like a floating bus. Silly as hell.
When we were playing, we all got lightsabers at one point because they were doing the Star Wars collab thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been seeing your streams lately, and they have the hammer. That thing looks super fun.
It's sick. It's so fun to play with. It's like you know, like you hold down the right click button and you can just shoot yourself across the map. Like, it's so cool. The to give movement options to basically the Halo like big hammer thingy.
Yeah.
It's so smart.
I remember I really started playing it a lot more when the DBZ event was happening.
Yes. Oh my god, I was so excited. I got all the Dragon Ball Z stuff. I was really excited about that.
I loved the Kamehameha. It was so funny because like
I know, it's so fun. I miss it. I'm sad they got rid of it.
Yeah, the memes were phenomenal too. It's just like Vegeta's
Rick
like
Sanchez doing a fucking Kamehameha, like.
yeah, or like Goku's like, "Hey Vegeta, how do I build this staircase?" Not now, Kakarot. What's the thing? The fog, the mist is getting closer.
Yeah. The storm.
The storm is getting closer. And I'm like, I love that clip. That's like my favorite bit. I think Dragon Ball Z is perfect for Fortnite. I think that's like the best thing that could have happened to Fortnite.
Right? It's so fucking silly. I love it. And now they're adding My Hero, and they're gonna have like the One for All, like Detroit Smash as a like the basically Kamehameha.
Yeah, the one hit kill.
Little wave that they're doing.
Okay, I'm interested to see. I might start playing again just for that.
Yes.
Next question by Mr. E Minced Craft at Mr. E Minced Craft on Twitter. Craft is I see Craft a lot in your streams.
He's super nice. He's awesome. He's also hardworking as fuck mod. Like all the other mods can like, you know, learn a thing or two from Craft.
Yeah. No, I know. For each of you, which came first? OCs, then the world they reside in, or the world that you would shape and mold your OCs around, and why?
Ooh. So for me personally, it was my OCs first. And I'm always the kind of person that cares more about like, I want something to be stylish. I'm not like, oh, there has to be like deep lore that means a lot. Because my biggest inspirations are things like Sanrio, where it's all about style and not really, you know, the substance came for Choco like later, but it was never intended for me to actually have like a story or anything super deep planned.
Right.
Yeah, so it like fell into place. I never forced it, which is nice, but you know. And honestly, what's weird about that is like I had a really solid idea of what I wanted, but streaming has kind of changed it a little bit because I'm realizing as I stream, like, some things are a little bit more foreign to people, and I didn't want to keep, like, trying to re-correct them. Like, no, it's not hell. It's purgatory. You know, I used to have this idea where, right, and so I realized I'm like, people aren't really going to get it, so I'm just going to make it hell, make it easy for people. It's really interesting to find out, like, what works and what doesn't that way.
Yeah, no, I agree. When making, as I'm writing a story, I'm trying to, the more abstract you get with things, the more difficult it is to explain it to people, so you have to like sort of like put it into terms that people can kind of get and understand.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and like I'm a demon from purgatory doesn't sound as catchy to everybody as I'm a demon from hell, so
yeah, a little imp from hell. Say hello to Doom Guy for me.
He's such an asshole. We broke up.
No. Protect
all he cared about was choking out and slaying other demons.
He wanted to protect his chastity. That's why.
He's like, I'm a man of God.
As for me, what came first? OCs, then world that they reside in. For Boxcar City, I had two characters that I drew up first, way back when not drew up, but like I wrote them out first, way back when I was 15. And I wanted to like see what I can do with the story. And the actual setting for Boxcar City went through multiple different revisions. Because I started, originally it was going to be like, you know, a commentary on, like, what if Google was the police, right? And what if they, like, you know, determine how you are as, like, a criminal based off of, like, you know, preventing criminals from happening based off of search history, psychology, and like what information people sell to the Google police state, right? It wasn't Google, but like it was the idea, like
it was like basically like that idea
Yeah.
where a company like that had control over everybody's like personal browsing history and
yeah,
all their internet data or whatever, used it to govern.
yeah, exactly. And originally, that was like the very first element. It was more sci-fi oriented, where, well, not sci-fi, but like dystopian sci-fi oriented,
Yeah.
where people would sell information to the police on other people. So like the police would have this growing base of information on everybody, like police slash, this corporate search engine that controls the world. And then
Right.
what happened is I saw this anime called Psychopaths. And
Yo.
and then Psychopaths was just that concept, but done to the extreme, where like,
Yeah.
this police read your psychological, like, impact and everything, and everyone has this thing. And I was like, you know what, let me rework the story. I have the characters still pretty much stayed the same. It's just everything around them had to change. And this was back when I was like 18, 19 when I was writing it.
When you're a baby.
Yeah, no, when I was still like super young. And then what really like started like pushing me to like go for Boxcar City way more, and like I started thinking more about the setting. So I always had the characters were always first, but then I was like, okay, let me treat this more seriously. Then around 2016 I had cancer at the time, and I had just a bunch of free time. I wasn't working on anything, I wasn't going to school. I was just like, bedridden most of the time, and I took that as, okay, here, let me develop my story, let me develop my characters.
It's time.
Yeah.
The universe is telling you it's time.
No, and I used all that free time that I had. I was playing Overwatch a lot at the time too, and I was telling people, you guys are worse than the cancer that I'm dealing with on voice chat.
Oh my god.
And
Oh my god.
yeah, Overwatch was kind of like that. But yeah, no, I used that time to develop my story, my characters, my world. I have like a Word document that's pure like alternate history, because Boxcar City Rush is, this isn't really spoilers. I can mention this. It takes place in alternate
Right.
Earth, where like this like island in the middle of the Atlantic, Boxcar City, takes like is a part of, and how the history of the world has changed from our version of the world with their version of the world, based off of like, what the significance of this like island did to the world. And that's pretty much Boxcar City in a nutshell. Like
Oh,
the
that's
lore.
awesome.
There's a lot of stuff that I haven't gotten into yet, like major differences between like that history and our history. But like there are big things that are going to be exciting to like, trickle
Fully
in.
realize.
Yeah.
But like you're like you beat it and you have your comic physically coming out. Like that's
Yeah. No, I'm super proud of
fucking
myself.
inspiring
Yeah.
as hell. You're
Yeah.
inspiring.
Oh, thank you. I mean, again, I will always say this: if I can do something, I'm pretty sure other people can. Because like, I'm not special in any like sort of way. I just like work a lot in everything that I want to do. But if I can like put in the time and effort to do something, I feel like anybody else can like, really do that. If you put like the
Right.
time investment, you can like learn how to do like anything that I'm doing, for example.
No, exactly. I feel like nobody's special except for like people who are born rich and they're just, special assholes
Yeah, they just
But,
get all the time in the world. Oh.
and don't do anything with it because they, they have no drive to because they already have everything they want.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's me being a little bitter sometimes, where I'm just like, oh man, you can afford to have the free time to do whatever you want. And sometimes you see that in different industries too, where it's just like a lot of people were able to get ahead in, specifically in art fields, where
Yeah.
just because they came from a background where they had the time and space and like, everything to just draw. And I'm like,
Right.
not everyone gets that. Sometimes you only
Well,
get
you know
that.
what? fuck them. We're cooler because we actually built it up from, like Drake said, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Hey.
Yeah, started from the bottom, now the whole team fucking here.
Yep.
That's us. We're cooler than them because we have richer stories to tell because, we know the value of having that time and stuff like that.
Yeah. And Kraft also says, what would you say were the biggest influences for your art style, stories, writing, world building? I know for you've been mentioning it throughout the whole show tonight. Sanrio.
Mm-hmm. Sanrio, Pop Team Epic, big one for me. Because I just love how they have cute characters that can pretty much be anything, but most of the time they're rude. And like chaotic and evil and shit. And I captured a lot of that for Choco. Billy and Mandy, like Mandy's character, huge inspo for me.
Oh, I see that now. Yeah, now that you mention it. Yep.
Yeah, always like a really big inspo for, like, I've always wanted to make a character like Mandy. And Choco's kind of like Mandy, maybe less like antagonistic than Mandy. But she's got that very much like stoic, like, can you just like fuck off kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And
I'm specifically remembering the episode where Grim made her hot because she had a crush on this one dude.
Yeah.
And like I get that vibe sometimes.
Yeah, oh my god, literally. That's Choco in a nutshell. It's just like a lot of things I was inspired by as a kid and, just growing up, put together in one character, and I love how she turned out. I'm super happy.
Yeah, no, you did a phenomenal job. I'm excited to see what you do with Choco in the future.
Thank you. Hopefully a lot. I just want it to be like a big multimedia thing.
Yes, that's... I love stuff
including
like
a music album because I'm a musician too.
Yeah. What's your Bandcamp? Not Bandcamp. Are you on Spotify at all?
I am on Spotify. It's under Chocovania. I have a couple
Chocovania on
songs.
Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're just like covers for now. But I sing on them.
Yep.
As embarrassing as that is.
I know Kitty McPancake is on them too. So also shout out to ex Kitty McPancake on. Is he on Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just Kitty McPancakes on Spotify without the X.
Okay.
He's like working towards getting rid of the X. It's a little confusing.
Please. I know you already have it in your name, but like that would be the best just to get rid of it so I can just say Kitty McPancakes.
Yeah, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say that.
Okay, cool.
Whatever.
But I mean for
I'm
anybody
his personal
listening.
manager, so.
But I mean for anybody listening who wants to follow Kitty McPancakes.
Right. Yeah.
It's important. But yes.
No, it is totally.
And I can mention my influences. So big one, Fooly Cooley was the one that Fooly Cooley FLCL was a thing that like really sparked my creativity when I was a kid. Because I saw it way back in 2004.
Yeah.
And
I can see that. Yeah. It's got your vibe.
Yeah. And I have a lot of the actual world building that I develop in the story has inspirations from Fooly Cooley. There's Jet Set Radio. I just like the aesthetic of Jet Set Radio a lot too. I would love to make a game in that style with like that cell shading element to it.
Yeah. I want to see a game with your art style. Interpreted into 3D.
Me too. I would just need to I would need to get in touch with people. Is the thing. Or
I know a guy that can make your art style in 3D. He did my VR chat model.
Oh, that's super sick. Okay, let me just get the money and figure it out. As far as art style goes, I like Beautiful Joe also. Beautiful Joe's my favorite game of all time. And
yes, I love Beautiful Joe.
I have this film strip effect that I use in my comic, and I have my student film. I also use that film strip effect a lot. Specifically, that came from Beautiful Joe because I really like what Beautiful Joe does aesthetically a lot. It's a very fun game. It also
that's a game with drip.
Yeah, it also feels really good to play too. The sound's also super crunchy in that game. I just love Beautiful Joe. one of my favorite games of all time. As far as
Same.
what inspires me in terms of writing, I got a lot. Mostly it's my dreams. A lot of what I actually present in my comic, I've dreamt up first. In one way or another. I have a lot of like ghost stories and mystery stories because like it's a supernatural type of city. And every chapter you will see going forward has been inspired by a dream of mine that I've had. And I dream things up
That's
in
so
like
cool.
a lot of my dreams, they're not trippy in the sense that, you know, like a lot of people like talk when I hear people talk about dreams and they're trying to recount their dreams, they usually mention a lot of these like psychedelic visuals or like, you know, transitions from like one moment to the next in the dream. But my dreams play a lot like movies, actually. They have narrative structure, which is like ridiculous. It helps a lot with writing for me, actually.
Oh my gosh.
And like characters come into dreams. Like when I draw my characters, I have to reinterpret how I see them in the dream in like, you know, my art style because they usually look like real people in dreams.
Right.
But a lot of my world buildings comes from dreams. As problematic as H.P. Lovecraft is, I love a lot of Lovecraft's writing, and specifically the dreamscape stuff, because it's a lot of like how I see a lot of my own personal, like, you know, dream world and everything like that.
Right, exactly.
Writing, what else is... I like short stories. So I don't like writing super long form stories. Boxcar City as a narrative has overarching elements where, like, you know, you need to keep things in mind to like better understand things that are going to come in the future. But I would like for everything to be standalone. Like each chapter has its own story. Like you can just jump into like this arc that's happening in the comic. And again, this is why I want an animated series like that, where it's just directed by a different person. Again, like Space Dandy, like Animatrix, if anyone's seen Animatrix.
Yeah. I know that Adventure Time was doing that for a while there too, where all the episodes would be like a guest, like, writer / producer.
And that's really cool. But like, I want to push it further where it's just everyone's, like, every director's individual style gets pushed forward instead of, you know, trying to match the style of like Boxcar City.
Right. That's so cool.
Yeah, and that's it. And the last thing Kraft asks, lastly, Wagoogas? Wagoogas, yeah.
Wagoogas.
We're not gonna get into Wagoogas now because it's gonna come up later.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
IGG Brad Extraordinaire Iggy Dio at Iggy Dio on Twitter. Choco, you're so cool. I'm gonna eat you. And then you responded to this one.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try, Iggy.
Choco doesn't go down easy.
Down very easy.
Yeah.
And that's not sexual.
Ooh, wow. Okay. she fights on the way down. This is not your war comics. At Barry King 01, Barry King on Twitter asks, question for both of you. If you could choose to be in any genre of manga, what would you choose and what character would you be in that story? Ooh. Alright, you go first.
Gosh, I don't fucking know. I would choose to be in like a romance manga.
Oh, okay. Like
I know that sounds weird, but
like specifically what kind? Like what do you like in romance manga, or like what romance manga do you have in mind when you think of it?
I want to be in like, I don't know, just like in a slice of life romance manga. I never really thought about it though, but I always find myself craving those vibes. Like my life would be so cute if it was that.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of like, I've read a bunch of romance mangas actually, like a lot. I read a lot of manga and comics just in general.
Right.
And they always have this very fun will they, won't they? It gets kind of annoying. There's one that I'm reading currently right now on Shonen Jump. Oh, I need to remember the title because I haven't remembered the title in a while. It updated today, so I can just like look that up real fast right now. It is You and I Are Polar Opposites. Currently on Shonen Jump. Updates every Sunday on the Shonen Jump app. Shout out. Please sponsor the show. Anyways, You and I Are Polar Opposites. In the first chapter, she starts dating her love interest. And the whole...
Whoa.
Yeah, right? And the whole series is just about them, like, you know, she's super energetic. She's got pink hair and super, like, lively and everything. And outgoing.
Ew, pink hair.
Yeah, right? But her love interest is, like, completely the opposite of that, where he's just, like, to himself, likes to keep private, and, like, you know, doesn't let people in and everything like that. So she's, like, super bubbly and cheery. He's very stoic and to himself. And they sort of, like, you know...
Aww.
Again, the manga's called You and I Are Polar Opposites. They're polar opposites, but she still really likes him. She thinks he's cool. And they're trying to break out of each other's shells a bit more because, like, she's very outgoing and she presents herself as a particular way to people, but she doesn't have to be that way all the time. And, like, you know, he brings out the true element of her where she doesn't need to play up a character at all times.
That's actually really cute.
And
that sounds like my life.
And he is very, like, he doesn't understand social situations. He does things however he feels like doing them. He's a very honest type of person, but he's learning more about things like, you know, enjoying, like, the merit of, like, taking photos with people and enjoying memories like that. And it's a very nice story. I highly recommend it to anybody that's, like, in the mood for a nice slice of life romance story where you're not worried about, like, are they dating or are they gonna date. It's just relationship stuff, and it's very cute.
Right, exactly. No, that sounds adorable. I want to read it. You should like DM me the name of it, so because I don't remember anything because I have imp brain.
Okay, I'll send you a link to it later.
Yeah.
And so you said romance slice of life would be, like, the cute type of thing for you. I'm trying to think of what I like. Okay, I know. Never mind. I know exactly what I like. There's this manga called Blazing Transfer Student. I think I showed you a clip from the anime a while back.
Oh yeah, you did. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
And that was a manga originally. Let me see if I can remember the mangaka. I'm just gonna Google it right now, real fast. Blazing.
Where I was like, oh my god, I'm in a fucking manga.
Yeah. The same guy released an actual live action TV show called Aoi Hono Blue Blazes. Super recommended.
Oh yeah.
Kazuhiko Shimamoto. He also does art for Live Alive. So if you played the Live Alive game, like the remaster lately, it was an RPG in the SNES. Each storyline, because you follow 7 different characters from 7 different plot lines in Live Alive. And Kazuhiko Shimamoto drew one of the characters. He designed one of the, like, plot lines in that story.
Oh yeah, that's the one where it's all different, like totally different timelines and
yeah
stories. That one looks really cool. I like the remaster. That looks amazing.
It was ahead of its time. It did the whole, like, alternate ending depending on, like, you know, what order you do things in before, like, literally anything else. It was really cool, super ambitious. But
yeah,
Kazuhiko Shimamoto, he makes Aoi Hono Blue Blazes. Blue Blazes is a story about a guy going into school in Japan, Hono-kun, and he's trying to figure out what he wants to do. He goes to, like, this film academy in Japan in the 1980s, back when the whole cultural boom was happening, and he wants to be an animator. And I like this story because, like, it's very relatable. He wants to be an animator, and he's going to school and he's in the same class as Hideaki Anno. Hideaki Anno is a character in the story. It's a biographical, dramatized biographical story of his life. And
oh, okay.
And Anno was just, like, way better at him at everything, and he's just like, what's the point of doing anime? Because, like, I'm no good at it. And then he started to make the transition into becoming a mangaka, where he felt like, you know, he can find his footing and like he can really express himself, because like cough cough, animation's a lot of work. Like
Yeah,
a lot of fucking work.
big
And
time.
it's a huge time investment for like really very little content that gets produced at the end of it. But Honokun wants to be a mangaka. He's super bombastic. He's super loud. He like the whole thing is super dramatized.
Over dramatized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's super funny. He's just super extreme with his emotions, and I kind of want to live in that type of world where I could be that loud and extreme at all times.
I know, it'd be so cool. It'd be awesome to like, if, manga expressions were possible.
The live action TV show for Blue Blazes actually has like that type. The actors do perform like extreme expressions like that, and their pose and the camera goes into like really different, like crazy angles, manga angles. And I highly recommend for anybody, like for any artist that has any self-doubts about how their journey as an artist is going to go, I highly recommend watching it, because you get a preview at like, how Ano was like in school, and like, his caricature and struggles that he was dealing with, like, making stuff.
Yeah, I have a friend who's like really obsessed with them, and they did Karikano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend. Shout out Chai Koopa.
Hey,
They're
shout
really
out.
obsessed with Ano.
I love
And
Ano.
so I've heard a lot of good things about them.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much the type of genre I'd be. It's pretty much, it's extreme slice of life. So you're in romantic slice of life element. I'm in an extreme slice of life, where it's just like,
Yeah,
I want to live in the crazy over the top version of our life,
that would be awesome.
right?
Deadass.
NPC, the Rusty Salvager VTuber, non-player character at Twitter, asks, "What made you want to pursue a career in art?"
I feel like I already covered that, but basically to wrap it up, just the desire to be my own boss and use the skills that I had, which was at the time just apparel design, but it's evolved into illustration and stuff like that. Like now it's all just becoming this big multimedia thing that all revolves around Choco. And I just want to make her a big brand on her own and watch my baby grow up and be a big celebrity or whatever. That'd be really cool. And that's my dream. But if I can just, make a moderate living off of doing apparel, that to me is the all you can ask for.
Yeah, just survive off your own work. And
Exactly.
that's the dream. For me, let's see, what made me pursue a career in art? Because I feel like that's the best way I can tell my stories. That's why I started studying animation, because I felt like animation was the best way you can convey narrative. And that's why I started to pursue it. If you ask me, if I was born in the 1900s, I would have probably been like, yeah, I want to be a poet, or like I want to be a novelist. That's what I would have been. But now that I'm like looking at like, what's the best way I can tell my stories, or how can I tell my stories and get them to as many people as possible? Animation, comics, that's pretty much it. Because like I read a lot of comics, I read a lot of animation. I feel like this is the ideal form to tell a story. And that's why
it really is. Visual storytelling.
Yeah, visual storytelling is the whole reason why I'm even an artist in the first place. But yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Let me look into Grobels at Stradamire Art on Twitter, at Stradamire on Newgrounds, asked, "Will you talk about Wagugas?"
Apparently, we're talking about Wagugas.
So what? Because I don't know nothing about Wagugas. This feels like an inside joke that I'm like peering into at the moment. I know Strad has drawn Waguga stuff. So what's the deal?
I guess this is gonna be a special treat for all the people who are listening now who watch my streams, and I refuse to explain what Gugus is because I guess I'm gonna do it now. It makes me sound like a psychopath, but here we go.
Yep.
Gugus was a word that popped into my head. I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere. I don't fucking know. Like, I think it was like some random ass meme forever ago or something. But just the word Wagugus, like, just popped in my head, and I just kept like calling everything a Wagugus, like every little scrunkly thing, in my friend group. And so then, like, one day I just saw this picture of this cat, and I was like, that is Wagugus. And then I was talking to Strad and a few other people. Zombie Guts was in the call, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Who's an amazing artist, by the way. Shout out to Zombie Guts.
Yep, shout out to Zombie Guts.
That's a zombie with a 3 as the E, but
she's also on Newgrounds, so anyone from Newgrounds listening right now probably knows Zombie Guts. She appears very often on the front page whenever she does anything.
She does amazing things. She did Iron Mouse's like visual shit recently. Like, she's just killing it because she's amazing and I love her. But anyway,
Wagugus, yeah.
Wagugus. Yeah, let's talk about what's important here. Wagugus. So we Stratemeyer was like, you should draw that cat as a creature as Wagugus, and then so we just like we're all just brain dead. I think I was high. I don't know how many other people were high, but we were just sitting there drawing like Wagugus as a character based on that picture of the cat. Then we just started digging up our other favorite animal memes and drawing over them and making them into different characters, and it became this like contrived lore. We were just all dying laughing in the call, like looking at our stupid ass drawings. And then suddenly it got like deep, and we're like, what if we made a whole like little video game like universe out of this, like where it's about this like deity called Wagugus and all these other creatures and his high council that you have to battle. And yeah, that's the backstory for Wagugus. Wagugus is like basically the god that created God, you know, like the first entity that ever existed, and all the other little creations we made were like, you know, the bodyguard for Wagugus, like Wagugus' champion, like the council that, you know, speaks on behalf of Wagugus because he doesn't speak to anyone. It's deep. Yeah. It goes deep.
Wagugus lore, like I hear more about it. I'm now interested in the Wagugus council that you're mentioning right now.
Yeah. There's little like imp ones called Wagugiloids. They're little like
Wagugiloids. Oh my god.
They're little creatures with wings and they fly around. They're like little imp cherub thingies, basically. It's amazing. I mean, it goes deep. That's what we're thinking about making the game about. So
I'm sure. Oh my god, the Wagugus game. Oh my god. Did Wagugus come before or after Among Us?
Oh, you mean Amongulus?
Amongulus, okay.
Amongulus was another one of those situations where a word just popped into my head.
Yeah.
I made up Amongulus on my own, but no, I started being obsessed with Wagugus after Amongulus.
All right. Because Wagugus kind of sounds a little like Amogus.
Amongulesque.
Amongulesque.
Oh wait, you were just talking about Amogus in general.
Yeah, Amogus in general.
I don't know, just like it's just one of those things that popped into my head, and I just started calling everything a Wagugus.
I have it on screen right now. Whenever people watch this back on YouTube, they're gonna see what Wagugus looks like because I put the image on the screen.
And before Wagugus, I was calling everything an Amongulus. Like, oh, look at the little Amongulus, which is just Among Us mixed with homunculus.
Yep. Amongulus. I'm waiting for that to be acknowledged by the actual team at Among Us. Or Amongulus.
So far, I've gotten a lot of different people saying Amongulus. It's a thing, so like...
Here's hoping in the future. And here's hoping for the extended Wagugus lore and the... What'd you say, the like, not the cult of Wagugus, but like the council.
Oh, like the High Council.
The High Council of Wagugus.
Of Wagug.
That's very funny. But yeah, no, that's pretty much, that was the last question. Do you want to like leave off on anything? Do you want anything you want to say in closing?
I guess like go follow me on Twitch if you want to be a homie. I'm working on trying to grow. I'm pushing for partner. Come on, Twitch, give me partner. I'm a fucking queen. I deserve it.
We need a lot of people subscribing and watching live on Choco streams.
Yeah. Do it. And then other than that, go buy my fucking plushies. I'm trying to get rid of those.
We're trying to get rid of those so we can get better ones in the future.
Exactly. Don't you want a maid outfit one? Come on.
Oh, the maid outfit.
I've got a lot of silly like merch things in my mind that hopefully we can get to. But other than that, don't stop believing. Don't stop chasing your dreams. And don't be afraid to be a grumpy little imp on the internet and see where that goes.
Yeah. There's a lot of potential there. You can see it for yourself firsthand, like what's that's doing for Choco right here.
Exactly.
But yeah, please do follow Chocovania on Twitter, Twitch, at Chocovania Art on Twitch.
Yeah.
Spotify also for music at Chocovania, and Newgrounds as well at Chocovania. You please start uploading more things on Newgrounds.
I will, I promise.
They will absolutely love your stuff. But yep, that was Chocovania. This has been Radio Graffiti on Newgrounds. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening, and we're signing off now. Adios, amigos.